Okay, y'all. Because my light is messing up. I tried to fix it, but I ain't going to worry about it. Just come on in. Hey y'all. Good evening. Come on in. Come on in. Good evening. Hey, y'all. Come on in. I tried to fix it, but it ended up messing up my stuff, so I'm not going to worry about it. I really just wanted to say something to y'all in real life. I know the times are changing. Economy is changing significantly. A lot of people are realizing just how much assistance they need at this hour. A lot of people are realizing just how many missing parts they have, etc., etc., etc. And at alarming rates, people are seeking assistance as they navigate through this experience. This is something that I want y'all to really consider. One, I want you guys to really be more aware about who you are allowing to fake help you. Because there are a lot of people out here that are genuinely fake helping you. And they just yelling at y'all. And they talking to y'all like y'all ain't shit. And it's alarming to me. Because you won't even realize just how much fake help you were getting until you encounter somebody that really helps you. And I do private sessions with people all the time that end up walking away saying things to me like, you've helped me more than the therapist that I've been seeing for 10 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, whatever the case may be. And I'm so grateful to the Creator that positions me and equips me to assist the way that I do. But I really want you guys to realize this and take it very seriously. These people that be out here treating y'all like shit, talking to y'all stupid, and taking y'all money, fake helping y'all in the moment that you ask them for practical things that you can apply to your experience, they give you cookie cutter bullshit, or they make you feel crazy or stupid for asking them for help. Please be aware. Because we are ushering into a space where you're going to find out who was pretending and who was really doing the motherfucking work. And it's a lot of people that done skated through and they done made lives for themselves and they done made names for themselves without applying no real pressure, without doing no real research, without doing no real study, without having no real experiences, without doing the work. And they give y'all a few trigger words and they give y'all a few trick sentences and they jam y'all up. And because you're so needy and because you need it so bad and you want it so bad, you're just in a gimme space, but they are filling you up with air. And they are treating you like shit in the process. So I want you guys to be aware of that. I want you guys to really be aware of that. Because it's a lot of that going on. Where people fake help you so much that by the time you ask them for some real tools, they talk to you so bad. Because they don't have nothing to give you. So you make sure that wherever you are, you're getting fed. Wherever you are at, you are getting fed. Not getting talked to crazy, not being intimidated, not by allowing somebody to use their status and what they got. Y'all, please, I implore you, I encourage you, I beseech you, stop being impressed by other people's money. Stop being impressed by what the fuck you think somebody else got. Because a lot of these people have no integrity, no courage about them, no genuine substance, no intellect, no wisdom, no relationship with God. Pay attention to who steers you into them and away from God. Please. Take the time and really begin to examine who is turning you away from God. I mean this. Who is causing you to be codependent on them and the illusion of a connection that they convinced you that they have with God that they lack significantly? And you won't even know who really connected to the Creator and or not until you begin to connect to the Creator for yourself, and you will see just how lost these motherfuckers really are. Pay attention to people that you look up to that be messy, that be gossiping, that be entertaining bullshit, that keep other people's names in their mouths, that have built their platforms up, talking about people, dogging people out, minding other people's business. In this next arena, this next stage that we're ushering into, you're going to need people with some genuine substance behind them. Not people that just repeating some things that they heard other people say. You're going to need somebody with some genuine substance behind them, assisting you as you navigate through your journey. And if you are following people off a fucking cliff and they're not teaching you how to fly and they're not teaching you how to swim, you're going to be in a lot of danger. That's why I have ushered into a space where I'm telling y'all, I don't recommend that you get no readings from nobody. I don't. I recommend that you get on your face and you talk to your creator. Because what happens if everything that you think you got, you can't even put your hands on it? And it's just you and God. And you got so used to talking to your crystals and divinations or whoever you call to do your readings and you can't reach them now. What the fuck you gonna do? Because you ain't got no real connection to God and you don't know God and God don't know you because you don't even talk to God. Because you're so busy talking to everything and everybody else hoping that they connect you to God. A lot of y'all gonna be lost and fucked up and fucked off out here. Go where you are being fed. I mean, your soul, your spirit is being fed. It's something happening. And a lot of y'all gonna get lost in the shuffle. But the few of you that allow what I'm telling you to take root in your soul, I hope that you cleave to this wise counsel that I'm sharing with you. I want you to do the work. I want you to really do the work and establish your own connection to the Creator. And I want you to slowly begin to identify anything that is getting in the way of you and God. And I want you to eliminate that shit. I want you to pay attention to who you are following and what they are talking about and the root of what they are talking about and where that shit done come from. And I mean that. I mean it so bad. Because it's a whole lot of y'all that are out here being fake helped, and you're not going to realize just how much they was fake helping you until you're in a predicament where you really need some assistance and they can't help you. And I mean that like you mean your next breath. And I hope you take me so seriously. I want you to begin to build your relationship with the Creator of all things. Not the creations. Because you're a creation, just like whatever it is that you feel like is connecting you, it's also a creation. I want you to eliminate anything that is getting in the way of you and your Creator. Anything or any motherfucking body. Do you understand me? Anything or anybody. Please take me so seriously. And these people that you are looking up to, that as soon as you leave their pages and you leave their influences and you feel like shit, I want you to heed that. Because anybody that's genuinely helping you, you should feel increased when you leave their presence. Not like you're not good enough. Not hating your own life. Not wishing you had more. And I mean that. I mean that. And if they not giving you the recipe to enhance yourself, I mean really giving you the recipe to heal yourself, I mean really giving you the recipe to elevate yourself without throwing a bone in there to throw you off, without trying to trip you and trick you up, you may want to eliminate those people from your experience. Because it's a whole lot of things that are happening even right now. And who is teaching you how to survive? Who is teaching you how to genuinely thrive after survival? A lot of y'all not going to make it through to survive. And for those of you who make it through the survival of it, a lot of us won't even be able to thrive because we've been so fucked off and fucked over and distracted. So I really want y'all to take that seriously. Pay attention to the way that these people be handling y'all. Pay attention, invest some attention in, and invest attention. Ask God to give you clarity. Ask God to help you see things for what they truly are. Ask the Creator to remove the filters so that you can see it for what it is, so that you feel it for what it is. I mean this. Because it's a whole lot of y'all that are being preyed on by these people that you look up to. And I mean this. And when you ask them for something, they yelling at y'all. They telling y'all what to do. Calling y'all all kind of crazy ass names and shit. Making you feel like you ain't shit and not helping you improve your position simultaneously. Who is really giving you some genuine answers of some shit you can stand on, that you can take home with you, that you can apply in your life? Not this fairy tale foo-foo shit that don't work in real life circumstances. Who is activated and connected to the capacity that they are giving you real resources, real circumstances, real suggestions that work. Please invest some attention into that. Who is really helping you? Who is really helping you? Because it's a whole lot of people out here fake helping you. And you won't even realize who's been fake helping you until you get some real assistance in your life. And you're going to see who just been playing in your face and for how long they've been playing in your face. And I want y'all to take that seriously. Where's your increase coming from? Where is your increase coming from? And are you even being increased? Because a lot of times, y'all out here dealing with these people, and they are taken from y'all, and they are taken from y'all, and they are taken from y'all, and they are taken from y'all. And the moment that you ask them how to be assisted, they make you feel so fucking dumb for even asking, and you have idolized them so much, and you have set them so high up on a pedestal that you don't even want to feel how you feel when a part of you is telling you like, this shit ain't right. You done set them so high. You done made these people your guide. Y'all be idolizing these people. These people don't even fucking help you. And they talk about y'all like a dog, and they run y'all fucking business through the streets. And they laugh at y'all, and they don't even fucking like y'all. And y'all give them y'all last dimes. And then y'all come over here to me, and y'all get this good old assistance from here with the help of the Creator. God, please, I don't mean to sound arrogant, because I'm grateful that I'm positioned to genuinely assist. But when I hear the stories about the ways that many of you all have been so grossly mishandled because you are so disconnected from your Creator, and these people that done capitalized on being your middleman, taking everything from you that you're supposed to be giving straight to God, and they take your first spoils and they can't even assist you. And they take and take and take and take and take, and they can't even help you. So I want y'all to be aware of that. I want y'all to genuinely be aware of that. You don't need nobody to go talk to God for you. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need nobody to go pray for you. Pray for your motherfucking self. I don't care if you just gotta sit all by yourself and weep and cry and groan and moan, and all you can't get out of your mouth is God. You know, you let that be your conversation with your creator until you get more comfortable in the building of the relationship between you and God. Please stop putting people in the middle that are turning you away from God. Please stop doing that shit to yourself. Please. Anybody that book with me, I'm always turning you right back into yourself. And are consistent. So when the last time you talked to God about this? I know you talked to me, but when the last time you talked to God about this? So how much of God is in this? And I ask people this, and they get to telling me everything. They got to do with everything but God. I ask people, so what's your relationship like with your creator? What's your relationship back like with God? And they say, well, I be at my altar. I be at my altar all the time. And I say, okay, well, what's on your altar? You know, tell me about that. Because if that's how you're connecting to God, what's on your altar? Well, I got pictures of my grandmother up there. I got the goddess Oya up there. I got what? This shit ain't got nothing to do with God. I asked you, what is your relationship like with your creator? And you just named off 5 different entities, beings, or ancestors that you done put between you and God. After the conversation, I realized I should have talked to God about it. That's okay. Because it's going to die with me and you. And I ain't going to run your business. But I hope I do inspire you to talk to God more. Whoever book with me. And I'm not saying that you're not going to need to talk to somebody. I'm not. Because the creator does put people in place. It is wise men seek counsel. What I'm telling y'all is this. Who is counseling you? Whose counsel are you seeking? And are they really assisting you? Genuinely. Whose counsel are you seeking? And are they genuinely assisting you? You really woke me up to get back to God. I'm grateful. I really am grateful. Because that's what I'm here for. Because it doesn't benefit me for nobody that supports me in any kind of way to be disconnected from God. Because you're not even going to be able to be a resource to me if you disconnected from God. How are we going to be able to help each other? Oh, you think I look good? No, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no filter on this. I ain't coming cute today. This ain't got nothing on it. This ain't got nothing on it. This is raw. And I hope you take it very seriously. Just talk to people who have your best interests. I totally understand that. I totally comprehend that. But how do you know who has your best interest or not? Your counselor should simply be a helpmate. No magic. I try to conjure up some help for myself. It's powerful. Shh. No magic I tried to conjure to help myself was as powerful as the stuff the Creator has blessed me with. Let me tell you something. You'll be surprised just how much shit you don't need when you get connected to your Creator. And we talked about this in our private class, and I believe that we're going to have another class this week, and everybody should have the link because I uploaded it from last Sunday. But we talked about where magic came from. We talked about where magic came from. And it's been documented in different religions in different ways. Versions of the same story in the Torah, in the Quran, in the Kabbalah, in the Bible, in the apocryphas, all different types of apocryphas from religious texts. They all have the same story about where magic came from. Because let me tell you something. When it's just you and God, and you don't got none of that stuff, you're gonna wish you won't wish your connection was different. You're gonna really wish it. And you don't gotta wish it was different because you don't got it when you can start it right now. So when the time comes and you need it, it's already there. So I encourage you to build your relationship with the Creator now. And if you think that you truly got one already, but you don't hear from the Creator, and you confused about your next steps, and you are so easily beguiled and fooled by people who are fake helping you, you are not as created as you think you are, connected as you think you are to the Creator, and that's okay. I want to make an honest one. Prince, listen, I'm doing this. Prince, you play so much. Can't do that right now with you. You can't make no honest woman out of me. That's the only way to give us free nuggets, and most people charge to say hello. And I'm not going to say that, fucking with me on a privately come for a fee, because that's my private time. But I'm just saying, when I do these private sessions, and then I see just how people are being steered away from themselves and away from God, it is so alarming. It is so alarming. And people don't know that magic is real. And magic came from heaven. And magic came from the beings, from the heavenly beings that were out of order, who were teaching the women that they got out of order with how to get around God. Because God say, if you get to know you, you get to know me. And when you get to know me, you will realize that everything you need, I already put inside of you. And the beings was like, okay, well, you don't got to get to know God, and you don't got to get to know you. And I'm going to teach you this so that you can get around it. So you don't got to go to God for that. You don't got to wait and go through the processing and have the experience that comes along with having the knowledge that comes along with earning your position. I'm going to show you how to get it a different type of way. I'm going to show you how to go around God to get it. It ain't no way around God. And then by the time you realize that ain't no way around God, and you want to have a conversation with God, but you a stranger to God, you're mad because you talking, God don't listen. Because when God was talking, you wouldn't listen. It's a whole lot of power out here, but we don't even investigate where it comes from. We don't even investigate where it comes from. And who benefits from you being disconnected to your Creator? What are you giving in exchange? How do I know when God don't see me as a stranger anymore? You got to study and build your relationship. Just like when you building a relationship with somebody, when y'all first start talking, you got to invest, don't you? You got to get to know them, don't you? See, you ain't really building a relationship until you start missing your sleep, until your sleep pattern messed up. That's when you know you're really getting to know somebody and they really getting to know you and y'all really doing something. Is when it get to fucking with your sleep. When you're getting up earlier than you ever got up. When you're going to sleep later than you went to sleep before. That's because you're building a relationship. That's because you're working on something. So you'll know when you're really getting to know God differently, because you will interrupt your sleep pattern. You'll find yourself going to sleep later than you went to sleep before, because now you're building with God in those hours. You will find yourself getting up earlier than times you would get up before, because in those moments, in those times, in those hours, you building with God differently. You connecting differently. You may want to book a session and we can talk about it. But it's a whole lot. Pay attention to what's turning you outside of yourself. Turning you to invest some attention to that. I just really wanted to share that with y'all tonight. Because when I do these private sessions with people, and y'all know I will never run y'all business. I won't run y'all business. It ain't in me to do it. Y'all trust me, and I'm gonna die trustworthy. You understand? But a lot of y'all, a lot of us, I won't even say y'all, us, because I have suffered. I have also suffered. So much by putting things in the middle of me and God, no matter what it is. And if you feel like you're talking to God and God ain't talking to you, maybe you're not in a position to be spoken to. Maybe you got so much shit in your heart. A lot of times we want God to hear us and favor us and love us and set us high and set us apart, etc., etc., etc. But you got unforgiveness in your heart. If you want God to let your blessings go, then you're going to have to let that shit go. Whatever it is, you're going to have to release it. And the more that it hurts for you to release it, the more joy you will have after you've let it go. And so many of us got blessings with dust on them. Because it's the most challenging thing for you to ever do when you think that you can hold a grudge and catch your blessings at the same time. You're going to have to let that shit go. And be like, well, I can't let it go. Okay. Well, God said I can't let your stuff go. I can't forgive them. Well, I can't forgive you. So when you're walking around with so much unforgiveness in your heart and you can't seem to forgive yourself and you can't seem to let it go, and now you are dealing with significant levels of self-sabotage and all of the things that manifest when you have resentment and unforgiveness inside of your heart, it is because you won't let it go. Free yourself. Free yourself. Because you think that you are holding a grudge and it's hurting them. No, it's handicapping you. You all tied up. You all tangled up in that. And it don't matter what they doing. It don't matter what they feeling. It don't matter who think that they won. Y'all, we so caught up in not wanting other people to win that we stay in a perpetual losing place. Because you don't want people to get the overflow of your win because you feel like they don't deserve it. So you would rather lose than have the possibility that somebody else will win with you because you're so busy monitoring somebody else's human experience that you will stay prisoner of your own pain. And you will let pride drag you down to the depths of purgatory in your human experience. So I just hope that whoever you seeking help from is really helping you. And I hope that whoever you listening to is worth hearing. And that's in real ass, trill ass life. And if you feel like God ain't letting your blessings go, ask yourself what you holding on to. Because I'm telling you, the Creator has been releasing so much in my experience because I have let so much shit go. I just let it go. Why? Because it be between me and God. It doesn't matter who think that they got over. It doesn't matter who think that they won. It don't matter. This thing be between me and God. I watch the Creator over and over and over again make people who think that they're my enemies in their mind. The Creator be like, that's your footstool. That's your footstool. And I use that circumstance and it steps me up and I get to my next level. And they do something else and they think that they hurting me. And the Creator be like, that's not your enemy. That's your footstool. Rest. Put your feet up, baby. Kick your feet up. Okay, now it's time for you to get to work. Stand up on that situation and get to your next level. All right. It be between me and God every time. I watch the weapons form all of the time. So many people be upset that the weapons form. How would you ever know that they wouldn't prosper unless the Creator allowed you to see them form? You would never, ever, 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 ever know that the weapons wouldn't prosper if you were never permitted to see them form. And because you see them form, you think the Creator is doing you a disservice. No. This is the land where miracles are made. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. And whatever it is, I just hope I inspire you to just let that shit go. Let it go. Let it go. It don't matter. Let it go. It does not even matter. It don't matter. Because what will be, will be. And you might be able to slow God down, but you can't stop the plan of God. You cannot stop the plan of God. It cannot ever be stopped. It cannot ever be stopped. You might slow it down, but it's going to cost you so much to slow it down, only for you to realize when it's all said and done, you couldn't even stop it. So it ain't even worth it. Let it go. You are the power of inspiration, man. I'm just here navigating through this human experience, finding my way just like you. And I know what it's like to have life on you. What are you doing? Why are you breathing so hard?
Yeah.
It's 10:30.
I have my clothes to get done washing.
Are those towels dry yet?
No, they're still in the dryer. I want to take me a shower, so I'll take me a shower. That's how it's taken.
But it's after 10:30. I told you to do this very earlier. If you was home with Daddy, you would have did it when Daddy said do it, wouldn't you?
He doesn't have a dryer.
But if Daddy told you to be ready and handle your business, it would have been handled, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So why you do me that?
I don't know.
Do I deserve that from you?
No.
Come to me. I want you to treat me better. Because I want you to treat yourself better. And one of the best ways to treat yourself better is to realize I won't do you harm. If I'm telling you something, is it to hurt you in any way?
No.
It's to help you? You think it's to help you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Nah, because you act like I might be telling you stuff to be bad for you.
I don't know.
I don't know, because you don't do what I say sometimes when I say it. So you think I'm telling you something that's bad for you? Is that why you don't want to do it?
No.
So you know I'm telling you stuff that's going to help you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think you could love me better by helping yourself. And one of the best ways to help yourself is when I tell you to do something that's going to help you, just do it. And I will feel so much love watching you help yourself those kind of ways. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
You sure? So help yourself, okay? You dismiss. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that vegan chili tonight. It was good, too. Renner, was your vegan chili good?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so filling. It was so warm. It was yummy, yummy. Oh, I love you right back. Hey, good evening to you. Yeah, a lot of times we don't even realize that, I really do love the reasons you here, baby. This human experience be such an experience. Oh, that vegan chili, it was good. It was yummy. I like mine with a whole lot of avocado on there. I wish I was a better communicator like you are. It just takes practice. You just got to practice. For someone who is forgiving someone else, should I reach out to them? No, 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 no. You can do what you want to do. Pardon me. Pardon me. You can do what you want to do. I don't recommend that you reach out to nobody because you don't realize the people might be more fucked up than they were before the original offense. Everybody's not on the same healing journey. While you getting better, they could be getting worse. So forgiveness is for you. Keep that thing between you and God and move on with your life. That's what I suggest. That's what I genuinely suggest. I can't tell you what to do, but I would love for you to consider that. Because you might open up the door for that demon to raise more hell in your life than you could ever imagine. Because some people really be sick. Just because you healing, that don't mean that nobody else healing. And they can be really messed up. They can be really, really messed up. Especially if they done went and got partnered up with some fucked up energy that they think is helping them and is really hurting them. So please consider that. Because a lot of people don't be well. They don't be well mentally. They don't be well spiritually. They don't be well. What if you're afraid to be alone in this world, baby? You're going to... caskets don't got bunk beds. They don't. Caskets don't got bunk beds in them, baby. And even if you were born with a twin, y'all still had separate amniotic sacs. You've always been by yourself. But I can comprehend the sheer anxiety that accompanies abandonment issues and how fragile you become when you feel like somebody else gonna leave. But this is what I would love for you to consider in the event that you are genuinely dealing with some abandonment issues. How often do you find yourself all by yourself because you left you a long time ago? And you left you to be with whoever, and now they done took the part of you with them on the way out of the door. So as long as you got you, you ain't alone. You're not by yourself. You got you. So have yourself. Love your lives brings so much enlightenment. Wish you would repost some of them. I will consider reposting them again, but I just fuck with who fuck with me. But I will consider that. But yep, it's a lot of anxiety that comes along with feeling alone. And that feeling alone feeling comes from not having your own back. And consistently putting yourself in jeopardy where you feel all alone by yourself. So you be looking for somebody to have your back because you betray yourself. So one of the first genuine steps of recovery from that specific position in your experience is to stop betraying yourself. Practice having your own back. Choose you. No matter how bad you think you might want somebody to stay. If you have to sacrifice yourself for them to be there, then walk them to the fucking door with tears in your eyes if you got to. Open the door for them. It's time for you to go. And it just takes practice, baby. What would you say is an example from hearing from God? A lot of times this happens to me. I talk to God about something privately within myself, in my heart, in my mind, and then an outside confirmation will literally come to me. Whatever it is that I've been talking to God about in my heart, in my mind, not out loud, Not praying out loud and not writing it down. Just between me and God. And they'll say, God told me to give you this. God said, I have to do this for you. And that's one of the ways that I know that God be hearing me. That's why I told you, cry if you got to. God speak the language of your tears, baby. So many times I've just sat down and I don't have no words. Because some of the things that I've survived in my life, the attacks, the lies, the conjuring, the fucking manipulation, the vile lies, deceit, attempts at destruction. People have sought to ruin me after they already hurt me, just terrible things. And I had no words. So I would just cry. And I would find out that God speaks the language of my tears. Because not even saying a word, just feeling my way through it and allowing the release to come. A day or two, a week, a month, here comes somebody answering my silent prayer that I talk to God about in the language of my tears. How do I know if I'm crying because of pain or self-pity? Self-pity is a form of pain. Self-pity hurts too. So very often they're one and the same. A lot of times we feel a lot of self-pity because we know we need to let go. But we also know the things that we experience need to be felt. So it's like, if I'm not sad about it, this is a very sad situation. Who's going to be sad about this? Somebody got to mourn this. I don't know about you, but I've experienced things in my life. I've experienced injustices. I've lived through so many nightmares. I survived so many nightmares. And then my process of letting it go, it just seemed like, Hey, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Let that shit go. Don't worry about it. It don't matter who got to be sad about it. It don't got to be you. Let it go. You don't got to hold on to that. You don't got to hold on to that. You don't got to be a prisoner of it. You don't have to. Give it to God. God said, put all your cares on me. I care for you. Give it to me. So I'll be learning how to just give it to God. I just be learning how to just give it to God. It don't matter. It don't matter what God gonna do with it. Just get it off of me. When it get heavy like that, you're just glad to put it down. Just put it down, baby. It don't even matter. When you get tired of it dragging you, you will let it go. Hey, B Spirit. Hey. Love you. Haven't seen you in a while. I love to you. Yeah, when you get tired of being dragged, you will let that shit go. And you would just do it. Like, you would just do it. You would just, when enough is enough, it don't matter. What we were just talking about. When shit happens to you a certain type of way, you feel how you feel, And you don't want people to get away with what they did to you, so you hold on to it, trying to be sure that they pay. And that shit just, man, fuck that and fuck them. Let that shit go. It don't matter. Be free. Liberate yourself. Emancipate your motherfucking self. I know what it's like. I know how hard it can be to let some shit go, especially when, boy, y'all just don't know. People will be themselves. I know it's hard. If your lover is changing and you are trying to as well, but she don't see that. What I do. Try to keep better. Okay, what? Can you reword that? If your lover is changing and you're trying to as well, but she don't see, then what do I do from there? I keep trying better, yet keep doing. What I would love for you to consider is this. If your lover is changing, and you're trying to change as well, but it doesn't seem like your lover is noticing that you're changing, like you don't feel like you're changing fast enough for your lover, is that the question? Yes, you said it right. Okay, what I would love for you to consider is this. Just keep changing, but make sure that it's genuine. And you're going to be in a really bad place if you're changing for your lover. You got to do it for you. And then the people that you love will benefit from you doing it for yourself. Because if you're doing it for somebody else because they're changing and you don't want to lose them, you're going to lose them anyway. Because by the time that you finish changing and you change for them, you're going to resent the changes that you made because you didn't do it for you. You did it for them. So you just got to take your time and do it for you. And then get with a genuine sounding board where somebody that has a non-biased third party that has your interest at heart, where they can assist you with the changes so that you're integral and that you don't lose your mind on a journey to find yourself. That's what I would recommend. How do you deal with a narcissist? You don't. Why would you want to? That would be me. The non-biased third party would be me. Well, if you book a session, if we can build like that, that would be me. But I'm just, when I book sessions with people, you can't book a session with me to save your relationship, because I don't give a fuck about your relationship. I care about you. It's not about your relationship, because if the relationship isn't good for you, then how can I suggest you to do things to stay in a relationship that is not good for you? So the thing of it is, if the relationship is genuinely good for you and you preserve yourself and you begin to do what's good for yourself, by default, the relationship will improve. So that's how that happens. But changing for other people, that's always a recipe to really end up hating yourself. Kevin, hey, Kevin. What you doing, Kevin? And it can be so, like, if you're in a marriage or in a relationship with somebody, and all of a sudden, you know, they get to taking themselves more seriously, but you done got used to them being how they've always been, and you done known them to be this way for 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 11 years. 17 years, and all of a sudden now they want to love themselves, you will genuinely feel attacked, especially if you benefited from them being whoever they were before they started this new version of themselves. You're going to feel robbed. So it's like, if you're not on board with this new person, then that might be time for you to realize that, like, even marriage vows, it says till death do us part, right? So that means if the person that I married, you not that person anymore, that person died, death done did us part. It might be time for us to do away with this relationship because you're not the same person and death done did us part. And that's okay. It's just how are you going to be able to accept that within yourself? It may also be time for you to become a new person too, so that you don't have to feel victimized by somebody else becoming different because you promised you wouldn't change. And that's a very dangerous place to be in when you make vows not to change. Like I recently, hey, what's going on, Kevin? Nothing. How do you navigate through, how do you navigate challenging super often X? What I may have, like last week, I don't like today. Well, you know what? That just comes with exploring yourself. What I would like for you to consider is this. If you liked it last week, but you don't like it today, what's changed? Did it change or did you change? And if it changed, how did it change? And if you changed, how did you change? And did you change for the better or not? Because if you change for the better, keep changing for the better. But if you change for the worse, and that's the reason why you don't like something that was once good for you, then that's something that you want to consider, because now you're activated in self-sabotage mode. That's a key way to begin to identify if you are moving into a place of self-sabotaging mode, if you are dealing with some resentment and unforgiveness within yourself and now you're punishing yourself, if the things that were once good for you, you don't like to do them anymore, like exercising. Things like that. So that's something that I would love for you to consider, you know. But especially when you're dealing with like people and partnerships, you got to be honest. Because if somebody is genuinely working on elevating themselves and they are connecting to God differently, it doesn't matter who you think they were before. The moment that they begin to really observe and build their genuine relationship with the Creator, you don't know them. And now you're going to have to go through God to get to them. And if you don't have a relationship with God, you're going to feel so lost and you're going to feel like they are so far away from you. Period. Because they getting closer to God and you don't have no relationship with the Creator. So the closer that they get to God, the further they're getting away from you. And you can't, that's certain shit that you can't fake. You can't even fake it. Because even if you try to fake it, it's like, you know what? But it still don't, it ain't, something don't feel, Oh, for those of you who bought badges. Oh, what's going on? Hey, that's my Shay Shay. Hey, Shay, baby. Thank you for popping in and buying badges. Anybody else bought badges that I didn't see? Hey, what's going on? C.O. Davis, thank you for buying badges. If anybody else bought badges and I missed you, charge my head, not my heart. I apologize. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. My ex's mother was emotionally unavailable. My ex's mother was emotionally unavailable to him. She called me her daughter-in-law. The moment I broke up with him, she never held him accountable. They enabled him and never knew my side. Okay, you just said that was your ex, but you're talking about it now. So how is that affecting you now? Because it must be affecting you now in the present moment. Something in the... Oh, well, who over there? Is that what's going on over there?
If she wants some crack,
He running around. He better stop.
you see a bug.
I just said something I was talking about today with a friend. I love you right back. So how is that affecting you right now? Because y'all not together no more. And you acknowledge them as your ex. Is it the relationship that you used to have a really close relationship with the mother? I don't want to be guessing. Let me not even put, because I don't be guessing. I don't be doing that. If you want to share with me, you can share with me. We're trying to work out our relationship now. And now it's awkward because I don't view them the same. Well, what I would love for you to consider is this. If you're going to work out your relationship with your ex, who is now your partner, like y'all got to figure that shit out. And as you figure it out, you also have to deeply consider who you're in a relationship with. And you're not in a relationship with the mama. And granted, we do want to have pliable relationships. We do want to, be good to our partners, parents, etc., etc., etc. But that's not your primary focus or factor. And if it is, it shouldn't be. And that's where some adjustments also need to be made mentally. Because if that's where your focus is, then that's a detriment to your relationship anyway. Because you worry about the wrong shit. Does that make sense to you? And it's not going to be the same. It's never ever going to be the same. So it can be better or it can be worse, but it's not going to be the same. Because you're not the same. I don't know why we be wanting shit to be the same when we're not the same. You're not even the same. We be bugging though with that. Do y'all realize how often we want people to stay the same while we change? And you will convince yourself that you're not changing. But if you're not addressing yourself and you're not healing yourself, you're either growing resentment in your heart, unforgiveness in your heart. You are stifled. Like even a car that you don't drive is fucked up. Like you can take a car and not drive it and you end up ruining the car because it's not being used. Whether rust gets to it or whatever the case may be, if you're not maintaining it, taking care of it, taking it for a spin every now and then to make sure that it's still, working properly, then it's going to be fucked up. Even a cell phone, you can take a cell phone, you can take an iPhone, right? That used to work just fine. Put it in a package for 3 years. Nothing was wrong with it and go to use it. And nothing on the iPhone will work. And you would take it to the shop and say, hey, what's wrong with this iPhone? It was just fine when I put it in the box. It's been in the box for 2 to 3 years. But when I go to turn it on, everything is malfunctioning in it. And guess what they'll tell you? Oh, you need to update it. And once you update it, it will function properly. Everything that you want to function with integrity needs to be maintained. And in the maintenance of it, things change as you maintenance them. So I just would like for us to really get honest about what it is that we're doing and how we're doing it. It's the most wasteful thought to have not to want to change. You know what? It's not necessarily wasteful, but so many of us, we like in these adult bodies, but we're children and we're processing life from the stages of our deepest trauma. That's why we're consistently triggered. That's why we're triggered by other people changing, because we are changing and we haven't addressed the part of us that stayed the same. So now you may experience your most detrimental experience at the age of 17, at the age of 24, at the age of 7, at the age of 12, 11, 10, 9, 22. You know what I'm saying? Where you really went through something and it really affected your life, but nobody ever assisted you with progressing yourself beyond that stage. So mentally, you still functioning as a 12-year-old child. Mentally, you're still responding to life as a 5-year-old child. Mentally, you're still responding to life as a 16-year-old girl, a 17-year-old boy, a 19-year-old boy. You see what I'm saying? And unless you go in and you address that, you're chronologically in your 37, 36, 42, 52, 62-year-old body, 27-year-old body, 31-year-old body, but you stuck at what happened to you when you were 13 years old, 14 years old, 9 years old that went unaddressed. So the trauma comes in as you're consistently triggered because life keeps lifing, and you look in the mirror and you keep on changing, and you look around and the world keeps on changing, but you are stuck. So now you don't want anybody else to change because you are so triggered by changes, because since it happened to you at 9 years old, on the inside, something froze and you are in a trauma trap, and you like, nothing else needs to change. Nobody don't change on me. Just promise you're going to stay the same. Just promise you, just promise you're not going to change on me. I just need you to stay just like this. Just stay just like this. Please don't change on me. And that's because everything else happened, and the trauma that you dealt with never went away, and it stayed the same, and it got worse, and it got worse. How did it get worse? Because everything else kept moving. And now everybody else wants to move on, and you never dealt with it, and you're triggered by change. And it happens, y'all. It happens a lot. Like, you're not by yourself when this shit happens. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. It does. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. You just got to do something. And the thing that you can do is just get better. The thing that you can do is just be better for you. But we be hella traumatized. We do. We be hella traumatized. We be real life fucked up out here. And real ass, trill ass life. I save it. I'm about to save this. If y'all want me to save it, I'm about to get off of here. I'm going to take 2 more questions and I'm going to get off of here if y'all want me to save it. And I love you right back. Hey, MJ, I see y'all. I love y'all. What's up, Original? I see y'all. Yeah, we shouldn't let that live our life. You should live your life. But it's hard to live a life when you stuck in survival mode. It's hard to live from survival. That's the issue. Many of us we still be in survival mode, trying to live. And it's hard to live when you're in survival mode. It's hard. It's hard. We be down bad trying to live in survival mode. Don't save it. Stay on. I'm going to take 2 more questions. I'm going to save it, y'all. At least for a little while. I appreciate you. I value you too. Love and light and peace and life to you too. I love you and I like you. What's your advice on learning to genuinely trust your self-confidence? One thing that I really recommend you to do is to begin to identify the ways that you don't trust yourself. And then ask yourself, why don't you trust yourself there? Because a lot of times we don't have trust for ourselves, and then we're not honest about why we don't trust ourselves. So if you don't get that part, you will never get to the good part. Because everything that you're going to build is going to be on the lie if you don't get to the real reasons why. Everything you build is going to be on, on shallow ground, because everything's going to be fucked up. You're going to build your castle on sand, on sinking sand on quicksand. I got a question for the next live. You might want to ask me right now. Come on, y'all. I'm about to. What does it mean to not trust yourself? I was about to say something really sporty to you because I felt like I felt like let me think about how to answer that. What does it mean to not trust yourself? This is a real question for you too. Let me think about it. An example of not trusting yourself will be in a situation like you know something to be true, but you don't trust the truth of it. So an example of, what's the matter, baby?
This topic, it speaks to me.
This topic speaks to you? You want to come on? Button your shirt up, you can come on.
I don't really want to come on, but I can say something.
So an example of knowing that you don't trust yourself is not even giving yourself the benefit of the doubt, not trying. Self-sabotage mode, meaning that you can get hired for a position and then not show up for the job because you don't trust yourself to do well, even after they've hired you. And that's something that's going on within you because you were hired for the position, but you still undercut yourself because you feel like you don't deserve to be there, because there's a part of yourself that is unresolved with your capacity to feel worthy. And when you don't feel worthy because you're not honest, you have an issue with trusting yourself. So a lot of people that have genuine issues with trusting themselves are people who are not honest people. And when people are not honest, they think everybody lying to them. People who are not honest really struggle with accepting that other people are telling the truth, because they know the capacity that a person has to tell lies because they're liars. And when you are in a consistent state of lying to yourself, you have structurized within you a foundation of distrust to the capacity that it doesn't matter what anybody says to you, you don't trust them. Because you look at you and you lie to you continuously. You want to come over here and sit?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I wouldn't like to.
Okay. You just wanted to come by?
Pretty much, yes. And then,
to be close to me?
It was just it was the topic that you was talking about. It was how do you trust yourself? Was the question?
No.
Or what was the question?
Someone had asked, how do you know when you don't trust yourself?
Yeah, that. And I just it just resonated with me because I took the wrong steps in life a lot. You know, I chose the hard way, and not trusting yourself, or not knowing that you trust yourself, or you feel me? It just leads you towards the harder path in life each and every time.
So one of the ways that you can identify that you're not trusting yourself is if your path is continuously hard from the decisions that you made.
Mm-hmm. When your intuition was
when your intuition was telling you to do something else. So a consistent betrayal of yourself is proof that you don't trust yourself.
Precisely.
Okay, that was my son, and he was sharing with me ways that he identified him not being able to, or him not trusting himself on his journey. So he came in here because he overheard us talking. He came downstairs, he was in there, and then he came in here because he overtalked. So he just gave us a word. He always does, doesn't he? Oh, I love my boy. Yeah, I think ignoring yourself is one of the greatest ways to prove that you don't trust yourself. Give him what he wants to. What? Okay, y'all was talking to each other. Y'all know I don't be going back to relive. See, every time I go back to try to rehash y'all conversations, y'all be talking to each other and I be mixed up. So I just watch the conversations as they come up. Gratitude to you both. They said thank you, no.
Thank you so much as well.
He shares something great. He's amazing. He is very, very wise. He's intuitive. How will I know that God has accepted me back after not really talking to him, her, is both for a while. After not talking to God for a while, how do I know that God has accepted me back?
And making life easier.
Come on over here. So what's one of the ways that you can acknowledge that God has accepted you back, or God is now communicating with you after you've been communicating with God? This is my he'll be 20 years old, my 19-year-old son. He'll be 20 years old in a few months. My 19-year-old son, Aaron.
Hello.
Hello.
Place. Nice to meet you guys
Hello.
officially.
And he just answered. So the question was, after you've been speaking with God, or you've been talking to the Creator more, how do you know that the Creator is talking to you back or accepting you back after you've been building with the Creator and doing your best to develop the relationship?
Like I said before, he'll start making your life easier, make choices, like life decisions. And he'll give you the narrow path to your goals and make it not easy, but reachable.
Okay. So one of the things that happens as you develop your relationship with the Creator, the things that will be very challenging for you, it will narrow your path. Well, once where your path would be very, very wide, and it would be to a degree that you seem like you have a lot of choices and you're very confused in your decision making. A lot of the choices that you would once be willing to explore will be eliminated due to your connection to the Creator, narrowing your path and causing your life to be more at ease and at peace in your decision making and at peace in the results that you get. Will it also change the way that you receive things? Will you feel like it comes to you sooner or easier, or how do you feel like that works?
I feel like once you hit that, once you know you're getting on that type of relationship with God, it makes you more patient and more willing to allow things to come to you instead of you chasing after them.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So it also increases your patience. It positions you so that patience can have her perfect work in you, that she may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So, yeah. I like that. Thank you for sharing.
Anytime. Oh, I love you guys. I'm about to go.
You leaving?
Yeah, I have to go to sleep for work.
Oh yeah, you do you have to get up early. Well, he's left. Did you tell him before you left for you?
Peace, love, everybody. I love you guys and I like you guys, and keep walking the right path.
How do you know what path is the right path?
Like I said before, life will get easier.
Life gets easier when you're on the right path?
Yep. But don't take those words out of context, because your first few steps are going to be very, very hard, but it gets easier along the way.
Okay, can you say that? Because I think that might need to be something that is said differently.
I said, just don't take the words that I said out of it.
Okay, repeat the whole thing.
So what I said was, your first few steps would be hard.
When you're on the right path?
When you're on the right path, your first few steps would be hard. But as you keep pushing on, keep walking up those steps, you will notice that what used to be hard was, number one, the most biggest, and you feel me, the most, how do I put it, the most important steps of your life. And they will hold the most foundation of you achieving your goals. And then as you just look back and see where you came from and see where you're going, it'll make the next few steps easier and easier as you go. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So does that come with like trusting God and like?
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
So like the more that you trust, like, is it hard to trust God at first?
I say yes. It can be hard if you've been so confused for a long time.
Okay. I'm not gonna stall you out any longer. I thank you.
All right. I love you, Mom.
I love you, bye. Don't be holding on me.
You know, that's always how I do. I'm sorry.
I love you, Noodle Bowl.
I love you more.
So that's my son. That's my son. Yeah. That's my son. Hey! Oh, King Green was on here.
Oh, hey, Mr. King Green.
Go do your business so you can lay down so you can get some rest. That's my son.
Get my laundry together.
What's up, B Camp? Y'all see my son? That's my son. Yeah, yeah, that's my son. Okay, yeah, I'm about to get off. That's my son. I love him. I love that boy. I love him so much. I love that boy. Okay, I'm about to go. Yes, I'll be so proud of him because he's so remarkable. Yes, he's gonna do the Healing Place Youth. He is. Yes, Butterfly, you see that boy? I love him. Okay, yeah, I'm about to get off of here. I really love that boy. I really do. I do. Okay, y'all. I'm about to get off of here. I know, right? I know. He's just so remarkable. Gonna put that hair on the dresser, queen. I know. You ready? I'm about to take this hair off. You already know. I'm about to take this hair off. And, Big Kim, don't be acting like you know. Don't be acting like you know. Don't play. Don't act like you know. Anyway, I love you guys. If no one has told you that they love you today, please, if you would, permit me to be the very first to say that I love you and I like you and I like you. And I believe in you and you inspire me to believe in myself. And I wish you love and life, peace and light, healing and health and hope and happiness and prosperity and protection and your sanity and abundance and clarity. And above all, the perfect amount of darkness that you need to develop in your situation. Until we meet again, family. Peace.